somebody will tell, Jessica will say go.
Sure, I let everyone know. Good afternoon, everyone. So Stuart says go as I just took a bite out of a piece of bread, so excuse me for 1 second. Most of you probably need to finish your bite too. Good afternoon and welcome to the luncheon portion of the VICA Business Forecast Conference. My name is Melissa White and I'm the District Manager for Wells Fargo Bank in the southern portion of the Valley, so you're in my world, so welcome everyone. Thank you. We are a proud presenting sponsor of this year's 29th Annual Business Forecast Conference, along with our good friends from Southern California Gas Company. Wells Fargo's been here for the last 18 years, and we're so excited to be here again. I'm also joined with a few of my team. Say hello, guys. If you haven't stopped by our booth, please check it out, because we had a great spinner with lots of good prizes. I think I won a great water bottle for the gym. Well, it looks like everybody's taken their seat, and I just wanted to remind you that there's a raffle, and there's a drawing at the end of the event, one for those who have participated in the bingo card. Has everybody got their bingo card stamped? Yeah? No? Yeah? Okay, good. I know I certainly did. And then there's another one for the business card where you dropped it at the registration. If you hadn't had a chance to do that, you certainly could do that with one of the VICA team members here today. Before I begin with our agenda, I definitely want to share a few thoughts in regards to Wells Fargo. I want to make sure that you're aware that our primary objective is to restore trust in Wells Fargo and to restore pride in our company and our mission. We're certainly committed to taking the steps necessary to make things right for our customers and truly build a better bank. Working with small business owners is one of the most important things that we do, and we're so honored to be here with you today. We're doing our efforts in a variety of ways. One of them is through our small business lending activity. We continue to sustain relationships with our customers across the country, and we've loaned more dollars to small businesses than any other bank for the last 14 consecutive years. I think that deserves a round of applause. However, that's not all. We want to continue to enhance the services that we offer our full range of business customers that we serve. So how we do that? Businesses with 2 to 5 million annual revenue tend to have more complex credit and treasury management needs than smaller businesses. And we are looking to strengthen our local market support by hiring quite a few local business development officers to serve you all. We're also focused on educating our team members within our branch locations. We've relaunched our Wells Fargo Business Advocate Program that provides continuous learning opportunities to our bankers who have an interest in expanding their small business knowledge. I also want to mention that this program currently includes several thousand personal bankers and branch managers and supports a better experience for our small business customers within all of our channels at Wells Fargo. I'd also like to take a moment and welcome any elected officials that have joined us for lunch today. We'd also like to ask the VICA Board of Directors to please stand and be recognized. So many of you in the room. Thank you so much for the service. There are a few more people I'd like to recognize, our moderators and speakers from this morning's panels. Did you guys enjoy the panels? Yeah? Good. Good. I got so much feedback that they were fantastic, so thank you, Stuart, for putting that together. I also want to make sure that there's a small reminder in advance. At your seat, there is an exit survey for the luncheon. If you take a moment and find that, please make sure you fill it out and provide us with feedback. It definitely helps us to make sure that every year we get better and better and we're meeting the needs of all of you. Now, I'd like to introduce George Minter, Regional Vice President of External Affairs and Environmental Strategy for Southern California Company and our other presenting sponsor.
Thank you, Melissa. We are very proud to sponsor this as well. I've been doing this conference for, I think, 29 years. It's the 29th year of this conference. I work for a company that's much older than 29 years. Southern California Gas Company actually is 150 years old. That's how long we've been around LA. We actually started in LA as Los Angeles Gas and Electric in 1867. A lot of people don't realize this, particularly as I look across the room and look at how young a lot of our attendees are, but long before there was electricity, long before Edison invented the light bulb, there was gas. And we were delivering gas before the Civil War to light America's cities and streets and homes. In the 40s and 50s and 60s of the 1800s, gas utilities all across America sprung up in all the major urban areas: Philadelphia, Boston, New York, San Francisco, LA, San Diego, the Gaslight District. You know that name, right? That's where we drink beer in San Diego. Well, that's actually where the city was lit, and it was lit with gas. Today, gas utilities serve energy all across the United States. Here in Southern California, 90% of the people that live here in Southern California every day turn to the gas company for heat, for their water heat, their space heat, to cook their food. Tomorrow, and tomorrow might be 10 years, but it'll probably be another 150 years, will change just like we've changed over the past. Gas utilities used to manufacture their own gas from coal and kerosene. They produced their own gas, put it in pipes, and delivered it through the city streets into homes, and that's how we lit our cities, streets, and our homes. But around the 1900s to the 1920s, the natural gas industry came into being, and we stopped making gas, and we used the gas that was coming from the oil fields, and the oil fields were driven by transportation demand, cars. Everybody wanted a car in America. Today, as we look forward, we're going to replace natural gas with renewable gas. That's the distant future for us, but right now we're working towards it, and we're developing resources, renewable resources for natural gas. So when we talk about 100% energy, 100% clean energy, 100% renewable energy, it's not just electricity, folks. It's gas and other fuels as well. So you're wondering who all the people are who are sitting up here looking down at you. Well, we are the sponsors. We get to sit up here. Charles Crumpley, editor and publisher of the San Fernando Business Journal, co-sponsor of the event, and VICA board member. Manjeet Ranul, senior executive officer of Countrywide Planning and Development, Los Angeles Metro, and track sponsor. Mark Davis, general manager of the Universal Hilton Hotel, our breakfast sponsor, and our host today, and VICA board member. Lisa Pitney, vice president, Walt Disney Company, our luncheon sponsor, and VICA board member. Larry Friedman, executive VP and chief business officer of the LA Football Club, and our keynote speaker today. I'm told he's running late, but here he is. And Melissa White, who you've already met, Community Bank District Manager from South Valley Metro, Wells Fargo. And to my right is my empty seat, and I'm George Minter with the gas company, as you probably figured out. Kevin Tamaki, Director, External Affairs for AT&T, the chair of the VICA board and panel sponsor. Lisa Gritzner, President of LG Strategies and VICA First Vice Chair. Steve Nissen, Senior Vice President, Legal and Government Affairs for Comcast Universal and co-sponsor of the event and VICA Vice Chair. And Stuart Wildman, Stuart Waldman, VICA President, Wildman. And Nico Dybel, Burbank Airport Station Manager for Southwest Airlines, our favorite airline, and co-sponsor of this event. But that's not all, folks, because I have a long list of sponsors. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the additional sponsors. LA Daily News and Recycle LA, co-sponsor of the event. Our luncheon sponsor, Albertson, Vons, and Pavilions. Our luncheon sponsor, you get the message there, okay. We have track sponsors for all of the events that we've been attending. Cal Lutheran University, Clear Channel Outdoor, the Garland, Kaiser Permanente, Los Angeles DWP, Parsons, Woodbury University. Come on, come on. And in case I missed anybody, a big thank you to all of our sponsors and our advertisers and our exhibitors and all of those that support VICA and support this event to make both VICA and this event successful. There's a list of them that you can preview at in the event journal and on the PowerPoint presentation, on the screens in the rooms, and on the banners that you see here and throughout. We appreciate the support of all of our event sponsors, of all of our VICA members, and it's great to see so many of you and so many companies involved in VICA and here today. It's important, I think, and I think you probably know this as well. So we're going to take a quick break. So those of you that are hungry and are chomping to eat the real food can eat. We're going to break for the entire meal service, and then we're going to begin our proceedings here with our keynote speaker. So eat up, everybody. Stay in your seats. Enjoy each other's company. We're getting the entrees out right away as quickly as possible, and we'll be back later. Thank you all very much.
so that's all you need. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our program. This is the hardest part of the day. After you're all enjoying your lunch and relaxing, I have to bring everybody's focus back, but it's going to be worth it. It's like at a wedding. Everybody's going to click their glasses. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lisa Pitney. I'm the Vice President of Government Relations for the Walt Disney Company. And, oh yeah, yay Disney. And again, my very great pleasure to represent the Disney Company and to be a part of this wonderful event again and to be the luncheon sponsor, which gives me the honor of being able to introduce our keynote speaker. So who here knows that in addition to having a baseball team destined to go on to win the World Series, Los Angeles is also going to get a new football team in 2018. Soccer, for those of you who don't call it football, soccer, football. The Los Angeles Football Club. So today we were going to have Tom Penn come and speak to us, but we have somebody better than Tom Penn today. Larry Freeman, who is the Executive Vice President and Chief Business Officer of the Los Angeles Football Club, also known as the LAFC. Larry is currently a Principal and Chief Executive Officer of Mandalay Baseball, a joint venture between Mandalay Entertainment Group and the ownership of the LA Dodgers. Yay, cheer again for the Dodgers. There you go. Previously, Larry was a principal and president of its predecessor, Mandalay Baseball Properties, which owned and operated a portfolio of minor league baseball franchises. And before that, Larry held executive positions with technology companies ranging from privately held startups to publicly traded Fortune 500 companies with global operations. Notably, he was the senior vice president and general counsel and secretary for Platinum Technology, which was sold to Computer Associates in 1999 for $3.6 billion. Back then in the software industry, that was the largest transaction ever. My, how times have changed. In addition, Larry co-founded Divine Interventures, an internet incubator, where he helped raise nearly $1 billion through private offerings and an IPO. He served as the vice president and corporate counsel for Orbitz from shortly after its formation through the launch of its online travel site. He also co-founded G2 Switchworks, a developer of travel distribution technology, where he helped raise several rounds of venture capital from Texas Pacific Group and several major airlines. He earned his BA in Business Administration from Boston University and a JD from UCLA. He's here today to offer everybody in the room free soccer tickets for life, right, Larry? Yes? Oh, yeah, all right. So, if I got that wrong, please take it up with Larry after his remarks. Everybody, please welcome Larry Freeman.
First, I'd like to thank Lisa for that beautiful introduction and also Stuart for the invitation to speak to this great community of folks. Since I'm reading the crowd, I just wanted to emphasize my involvement with the Oklahoma City Dodgers, the AAA affiliate of the National League champion LA Dodgers. So when you're watching Kike Hernandez hit 3 home runs last night, just remember that he was playing in Oklahoma City in 2015. Austin Barnes was ours. Cody Bellinger started with us at the beginning of this season. So enough about Dodger baseball. And by the way, I grew up in Chicago, but we had our time last year, and it's all right. So I want to talk to you, and it's very cool to me to see this community of folks and how you all come together for an event like this. because what we're doing at the Los Angeles Football is all about community first. And we refer to ourselves as being about more than just soccer. So 3 years ago, almost to the day, October 9th of 2014, we were awarded an expansion MLS franchise. So for those of you who don't follow Major League Soccer, we will play in the same league that the LA Galaxy play in. A minor distinction between the LA Galaxy and the Los Angeles Football Club, we will actually be playing in a facility in the city of Los Angeles. As you can see, we rounded up a handful of interesting folks, and actually we have about 32 owners at this point, but notably our lead managing owners, Larry Berg from Apollo Equity, Bennett Rosenthal from Ares Capital, and Brandon Beck, the co-founder of Riot Games, which created League of Legends, which is one of the most successful online games of all time. And for those of you who haven't spent a little bit of time Googling esports and finding out what that's all about, I encourage you to do it because it's amazing and it's the future. And also my good friend and longtime partner, Peter Guber, who is a co-managing owner of the world champion Golden State Warriors, an owner of the National League champion LA Dodgers, used to run Sony Pictures, has done a few things in his time. But the great thing about this group is they all came together to do something for the community and to do that through the game of soccer. So, here's a little bit about us. This is our press launch.
There's something about a match, about a game, about a team, something you pass down through a story, through your family, generation to generation. It's like time itself is living within you. It's time for the world's game to live in the heart of the world's city. Street by street, block by block, one by one. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters all come out, rise up and say, this is our club. We are LA. It's about what we are as a people, as a city. This will be our story. Built together, we will make history. Our crest begins with our great city, LA, done in the Art Deco style of our history. At its heart lies the iconic wing, paying homage to the city of angels, a global symbol of power, mobility, and great aspirations. The shield is from our city's seal, and our colors black and gold. They embody the success and glamour of our history, and the strength and texture of our streets. These are the colors. These are our symbols. This is our crest. We are LAFC.
Thank you. So we unveiled our crest in January of 2016 at Union Station in downtown Los Angeles. We like to remind everybody that, yes, we are an LA team that will play in Los Angeles, not like the LA Angels of Anaheim. And you'll notice, hopefully you noticed in that video, we talk about a club. And I think, Stuart, as a global football fan, you'll appreciate the fact that we don't think of it as team, we don't think of it as front office, we don't think of it as fans, we think of it as a club. And this is something that we are all building together and that we can all share in the creation. It's kind of a wild opportunity for me. I've been in the professional sports business for over a decade, but the notion of starting a major league level franchise in the city of Los Angeles and in Southern California, one of the greatest places on earth with great diversity, great weather, it's just incredible. And here's a picture of what we are building, and you can see where it sits in Expo Park with a view of the skyline and the Hollywood sign right across the road from the iconic Peristyle at the Coliseum. Where our goal was to create an authentic global football experience so that when you're sitting in the bowl in our stadium, it will be an atmosphere that is loud and intense and on top of the play, just like you would see in Germany or England or Spain or Mexico or anywhere else where soccer is the #1 sport. And by the way, the steepness and the rake of the seats are just about as high as we can go and stay within code. So the effect that you get is no seat in this building is more than 125 feet from the grass. And here's a founding principle of the company. What were we going to be all about? What we wanted to be all about was bringing together the people in our community through this beautiful game. And we looked at the Dodgers and thought, wow, what we want is the Dodger demographic. Because if you look in the stadium at who goes to Dodger games, it's people of multiple ethnicities. But as we thought about it more, that was a little bit more about happenstance. Fernando Valenzuela, Nomo, Ryu, those guys happen to be on the team, and they happen to attract their fellow countrymen as fans. We're doing this from the beginning. The door is open. We want everybody in to be a part of building this club. And how did we do that? You heard it in the video, street by street, block by block, one by one. We were awarded a franchise in October of 2014. We won't kick a ball until March of 2018. We had a lot of time. And what we used that time for was to engage in conversation on an individual basis. And more than talk, we listened. And we tried to get an understanding of what people were looking for. And they wanted to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They wanted to be a part of the first outdoor stadium being constructed in LA since Dodger Stadium. And they wanted to be a part of, hopefully, making history. So, again, here's our home. It's going to be a 22,000-seat soccer-specific stadium that will also host a multitude of other events from rugby to lacrosse, conferences, events, concerts, a small amount of private funding going in to make this happen. And you know, we are seeing some signposts along the way about whether or not we're going to be successful. And here we are. Up until 6 weeks ago, my mantra was, I don't have a stadium, I don't have a coach, I don't have a player, and we haven't kicked the ball, and yet we've accomplished some pretty decent milestones. We signed a coach about 6 weeks ago, Bob Bradley, former U.S. men's national team coach. We signed our first designated player, Carlos Vela, a superstar attacking player on the Mexican national team who's played in the Premiership in England, now playing over in Spain. And against that 22,000 number, we've got about 19,700 ticket holders. All of the premium inventory in the building has been sold. So no suites left, no club memberships left, and no loge boxes left. Pardon me? Not fair. Oh, it's fair. We've been hiding in plain sight. Just to give you an idea of the location, and you'll get it, there's a little theme to our spiel, because we always like to point out exactly where we are and exactly where our soon-to-be rival is not. Tells you a little bit about our site. You know, the access is great, and it was great to see the table out front with our friends at the Metro, because that has been an incredible selling point for our stadium. The notion that you can come all the way from Santa Monica on a train and be at our stadium and hop on the train and go home is just amazing. We refer to it as the unicorn of Southern California transportation. And you see how this area is growing and becoming something new and special, from Dodger Stadium down to LA Live. USC campus continues to grow like a weed, and there we are anchoring redevelopment in Expo Park. And when you look at what's going on in Expo Park, where you have 3 museums currently, the iconic Coliseum, our stadium, and what's going on is all kinds of investment that's going to revitalize this park and really put it on the map as a destination. So you've got hundreds of millions of dollars going into the Science Center, in particular for an exhibit for the Space Shuttle. You've got USC doing massive renovation on the Coliseum, our investment, and then George Lucas is bringing his Museum of Narrative History to the park. You know, the park has always been something special. Maybe didn't look like something special, but that's about to change in a very dramatic way. And here's a little rendering of what the Lucas Museum will look like once it gets built in the park. Pretty dramatic. Just to give you an idea of where our stadium will sit, the old sports arena kind of sat in the middle of a 15-acre plot. A lot of wasted space around that building. And the building sat below grade, so if you went to a Clipper game, you would actually walk down to the floor. So when we imploded that building, we took that big hole in the ground and we pushed it all the way to Figueroa, up to the sidewalk. So our stadium on the east side sits on the sidewalk. And this just gives you some fun facts about the investment, the accessibility, and a great view. We told the architects from day one, whether it was 5 people, 5,000 people, 500 people, people in this building needed to be able to look out and see the city, and that this would be the shot. When we're on a national broadcast playing the New York City Football Club on ESPN, that's the shot that's going to start the broadcast. As Stuart knows, soccer is driven by supporter culture. The avid fans who sing, they wave their flags, they bang the drum, they shoot off smoke, they sing, they never sit down. And so, as part of bringing people into our club, we brought our early supporters in January of 2015 to our architect's office. We showed them pictures like these and said, this is what we think we want to build, but why don't you tell us what we should build? And they told us they wanted their own section with safe standing, because they weren't going to sit down, but they wanted to stand in a safe manner. And surprisingly, they wanted their own bar. So we're going to give them their own bar, and about 4 weeks ago, we had another session at our architect's office where, together with our good partners at Heineken, they were designing a supporter bar that's going to go the whole length of that section. So some stats about the project, our investment, and our investment in the community, because we made a commitment to the city of Los Angeles that we were going to create jobs, and we were going to create a lot of jobs, and we were going to be very inclusive in who built our stadium. So we had very significant local hiring commitments and very significant MeBe-Weebie commitments, and we're proud to say that we've exceeded them all. The contractor that's building the building has exceeded them all, so we're very proud of that. In August of 2016, we were ready to actually break ground on this project, and here's another little video about that.
To the home of Los Angeles Football Club. We start now.
3, 2, 1. We're thrilled to announce Banc of California as our official naming rights partner on the Cathedral of Soccer in America.
It's been almost 10 years that we've been looking at this building.
Anybody that thinks
Building a stadium in downtown Los Angeles on the main street is an easy deal? Not a chance.
We're not just here to build a stadium or to build a team. All the owners here are really committed to doing everything we can to help the community to reunite.
People now can live and work and come to enjoy a great soccer game and soccer team right in their own community.
A soccer-only stadium with a view of downtown is a crazy dream, and now it's happening.
Today we write our own chapter, the chapter of the Los Angeles Football Club.
We're going to gather together for something bigger than ourselves. This is where LA unites.
And I'll answer a question that nobody's asking, but I get asked often, you know, how and why about all of these owners? And the beauty of it is, for me, being involved in running the business and building the business on a day-to-day basis, this is an ownership group that you can tell from some of the names and the backgrounds. We didn't need their money. We needed their involvement. So every one of these folks and all of the other owners who weren't pictured or weren't in that video understood that when they got into this group, the phone was going to ring, they were going to be asked to participate, and the answer needed to be yes. So obviously, I'm not calling Tony Robbins and Will Ferrell every day, but when I need them, they're there. And I do call every day to the guys in the front office at the Dodgers who are owners, the guys in the front office at the Golden State Warriors who are owners, the head executives at Dick Clark Productions and places like that. So it's not just a beautiful collection of pretty faces. It's actually a working ownership group, and it doesn't hurt to have Mia Hamm, who is, bar none, the greatest American soccer player ever. So I'm probably running over a little bit, but I just want to show you the inside of the building. So if you're ever thinking of having an event, or obviously if you want to come to a match, we would love to have you. I'm not sure about the free ticket commitment. I submitted a bio that wasn't in there. But these are the club spaces. So this is our field level club, and that path that you see going to the door, that's where the players will gather. They'll walk through that club and out onto the pitch. They'll come, you see the crest there, they'll come down that hallway, make a left turn around a club within a club, because maybe Tony Robbins and Magic Johnson want to smoke a cigar in private. So you got to take care of that. So as we were designing the stadium, everybody in this room knows, if we turn on a Laker game, where are you going to find Jack Nicholson? You're going to find Jack in his courtside seats with his feet on the wood. So we set out to create an equivalent experience at a football match. And so what we have is field-level seats that either go with a club membership or a bunker suite, which sits below the stands. And the actual distance between the touch line and those seats is 12 feet. So because I had an obligation to, I sent some of these renderings and architectural drawings to the league office in New York, and inside of 5 minutes got a call from the Deputy Commissioner, Mark Abbott, and he said, your architects bleeped up. And I said, why? Well, they forgot the wall, but there is no wall. Here is a club a level up, which has a little bit more of a, I feel like if I was going to Cabo San Lucas and I was staying in a resort, this is what it might look like. Has a beautiful view of the iconic peristyle. Here's another club on the east side of the stadium that is intended for a younger working professional. Back in the day, I don't know, Stuart, you remember Yuppies? Okay. It's that kind of target audience, more of an urban beer hall feel with roll-up garage doors. Here's the interior of that club, and actually that light feature fixture is the highway configuration in the city of Los Angeles. And here is my favorite place on earth. I think it might, this might be the happiest place on earth, which is our Sunset Club, which sits at the top level of the stadium. Let me see if, yeah, so when you sit down with architects, they never tell you not to do anything. They just want to draw the picture, and it's the construction company and the cost estimators that come in and dash your dreams. So with every architect we spoke to, Tom Penn, who apologizes for not being able to be here today, would say, could we have a pool on the roof? And of course, I have the drawings to show that, yeah, you can have a beautiful infinity pool on the roof where people can overlook the peristyle from the pool, except then you walk into a room with a cost estimator from PCL Construction and they tell you what it might cost, and what you end up with is a water feature that is 5 by 50 and 18 inches deep, but it's still kind of nice. And this is actually a space that we're planning to activate 5 nights a week with a nightclub partner, because the notion of sitting up there, having some cocktails, looking out to the west, watching the sun go down, or looking to the north and seeing the downtown skyline is pretty appealing. So that is all I've got, other than to say, it'd be wonderful if members of this community could become part of our community, because we like to say it's much more than just soccer. It's about, and Tony Robbins said it, it's about being a part of something bigger than yourself, and we feel like this can be very special, and we would love for as many of you who are interested to come along with us and make some history. So thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of the day.
Wow, isn't it exciting to be in Los Angeles right now? It really is. Stuart, I'm thinking next year's Business Forecast Conference at the stadium, yes? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Thank you very much, Larry. I have to say that I found that completely fascinating. I'm so excited to go to the first match there. That just looks incredible. You don't have to tell Tom Penn we gave you this. You keep it for yourself. But so thank you for coming. And we have a gift as a token of appreciation that's not underneath here. But, okay, there's another gift. We'll give you another gift, too. You get another gift. So the other gift will be forthcoming. So thank you so much for being our keynote. That was just incredible. And now I would like to invite up our VICA chairman to say a few words and to participate in the highly anticipated raffle. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lisa, and to the Walt Disney Company for your support of our conference today. And Larry, thank you for your exciting vision for the LA Football Club and what this community what it can mean for our community here. So really appreciate you being here. I'm Kevin Tamaki. I'm chair of VICA. Also work in external affairs for AT&T. And this has really been a very informative and I think productive conference. I hope you got a lot out of it as well. Some good information, some forecasts, predictions for the future, and how it could help your particular business. And we really appreciate your attendance here. I want to recognize our presenting sponsors: Wells Fargo, Southern California Gas Company, and all the other sponsors of our 29th Business Forecast Conference. And now I'm going to get to an exciting part, the raffle drawings, and thank you to all of those who donated to the raffle. We have some really great prizes this year. So we're going to start with the exhibit bingo card raffle first, and then we'll go to the attendance raffle. And thanks to all of the exhibitors that had the booths and gave the information to our attendees here. And let me run down the prizes. 2 people win a 1 round-trip ticket on Southwest Airlines, anywhere Southwest flies. That's pretty nice. Someone will win 4 tickets to a Rams home game and a football signed by linebacker Alec Ogletree. And 1 person will get 2 tickets to Six Flags Magic Mountain. So, to qualify for this raffle, you know the drill. You had to get your bingo card stamped with all of the exhibitors on there. And if you win, please see Kathy for your prize. You don't have to come up here to the podium. Just let us know who you are. And you must be present to win. So if any people have already left, they are out of luck. All right. Okay, so Larry, would you help me, please, do the honors for drawing the tickets here? And we'll start. This is for the first Southwest Airlines ticket. Thank you. Veronica Guzman from Holiday Inn Express. Veronica, congratulations. See Kathy to get your prize. Okay, and Larry for the second. The second Southwest Airlines round-trip ticket. Thank you. Wow, how's that for a business card? Nice card? Yeah, unique. Lily Zaragan from Glendale Community College. Congratulations. Great card. I love the ones you do at home. Okay, and for the LA Rams ticket and football, autographed football. Okay, very good. Oh my goodness, Nita Chopra. Nita Chopra, congratulations. It's not a fix. Nita happens to be my stepdaughter, but please, it wasn't. Blame Larry. No.
The texture of the card.
That's right. And finally, for the Magic Mountain tickets. Thank you. Another homemade ticket. J.C. O'Connell of J.C. O'Connell fame. Congratulations. Okay. All right. On to the registration raffle. And please to call up our first Vice Chair of VICA, Lisa Gritzner. Okay. This is for the $100 gift card to Stonefire Grill. Lisa. Thank you. Okay, from LBW, Glenn Terry. Glenn Terry? I gotta be here. Okay. One more. Throw it away. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Pamela Berg from MP Printing and Mailing. Pam Berg, she's here. Congratulations. Okay, for the $50 Dickey's Barbecue Pit gift card. Lisa. Okay, thank you. From Republic Services, Steve Haro. Steve, congratulations. Okay. Next one is the cookie basket, courtesy of New Horizons. Okay. From U.S. Bank, Armin Tarosian. Is he here? Congratulations. And the last one for 2 tickets to see Elliot, A Soldier Story at the Kirk Douglas Theater. Ooh, okay. From the Garland, Stephanie Corsino. Stephanie, are you here? No, no. Going once, going twice? Okay, let's go for another one. Oh, okay. From the Walt Disney Company, Lisa Pitney. Okay. Thank you, Lisa, very much. Congratulations to all our winners. Please see Kathy at the registration desk to get your prize. As we said before, you have an exit survey We really do value your opinion on, so just take a minute or two to fill out that survey, and you can drop them off with a VICA staff member or at the registration table. You can also scan and fax them, email them, but you know how hard, we're all busy, so please fill them out and drop them off today if you can. We really need your feedback. And I want to take this chance to thank our VICA staff for putting this all together. Thank you, VICA staff. They got up really early. Well, they were here before yesterday and got up early today to make this all happen. Thank you so much. And a great job to Stuart, Jessica, and the rest of the staff. I want to also thank the VICA ambassadors and also the students from Granada Hills Charter High School. Thank you so much. There are our future VICA leadership right there. And finally, thank you to all of you for being here for our 29th Business Forecast Conference. We want to see you again here next year. And in the back of your journal is a flyer for our annual meeting on December 8th. Please show up to that. We also have a couple of events we want you to attend. After Dark is coming up with Vince Bertoni, Planning Director for the City of Los Angeles, and a Leaders Forum with LA County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl. We hope to see you there. Please sure to get your validated parking before you leave today. Have a great weekend, everyone, and go Dodgers! Please help yourself to the centerpieces, right, Stuart? Okay.